The World Economic Forum. The world's biggest problem solvers need to craft better narratives. Boy, oh boy. If we haven't heard this before, the Little Blue Book, the great R Word from 2020, and the Great Narrative, Klaus's new book from the last year or so. And they figured out the simulation is winking at us, as Nolan Bowerley would say, that they're on to us. They know that their narratives are crumbling all around. They're getting memed to death. They are losing the consciousness. They're losing the battle for the soul of the world, because when you keep lying to people and you're continually wrong, people just tend to not believe you, unfortunately, as you go forward. So narratives help us to make sense of complex or confusing information by providing a clear, structured way of presenting a story. People are persuaded by the information presented within a narrative because a good narrative helps to ease information processing. Those trying to solve the world's most pressing challenges must take notice of this. Basically, this whole article, and I'm not going to go through it. You can go read it. They're basically saying, well, most people are just too stupid to understand how smart we are and how much we know about what you need to do in your life. So go check this out. The World Economic Forum, it's incredible. I just saw some other videos, which I'm going to try to share as well, about them reading your brain waves and what they're going to do, carbon footprints and social credit scores. You can only go out 15 minutes outside your house. And the Pfizer CEO, Big Al, he's out here saying, we've reduced. The clip I saw, I said we've reduced, our goal is to reduce the population by 50%. Now, I don't know if that means the number of people that have got the, what. It seems to be, because I don't think he said we've kind of achieved that goal. So I don't, to my knowledge, the population's still growing. So I don't think that he was, someone tried to paint it. That's why I got to be very careful. Someone's trying to paint it as like, oh, look at this evil guy saying he wants to reduce the population by 50%. Or that he said that. And I don't believe that's what he was saying. However, when you take all of everything, what these people are saying, whether it's the Bill Gates stuff and the TED Talks and Albert Bourla and what these guys talk about the World Economic Forum, obviously that's the direction they're going, right? The Club of Rome, we go back to the origins of a lot of these things, Henry Kissinger, and kind of all the things that are going on. Question everything with boldness. That's, asking why, triangulating truth. This is how we have to look at through the simulation, seeing what's going on in the matrix, and really from a 30,000 foot view of seeing what's going on and figure out, again, me and my friends aren't talking ever about how to reduce population or how to, get everyone with, my liquid inside them, we'll say, or get something implanted in them or nothing. I don't have illusions of grandeur about that. I don't dream about that. My friends don't talk about it. What we do talk about, we talk about freedom. We talk about responsibility, personal responsibility. We talk about accountability. We talk about, having fun, sports, competition, and getting better. Waking up earlier. How can we be better people? How can we be better husbands? Be better family people? Be better fathers? Those are the things that I talk about with my friends and my family, because I make sure to surround myself with people that are going that same direction and are trying to become better people. That's the narrative I want my kids to grow up with. I don't need these people at the WEF. I don't need people in the Bank of International Settlements or IMF or whatever it is. I don't need them giving anyone in my family any narratives. The fact that you even need a narrative. Why? Just sit back and think about, why do we even need a narrative? What are you trying to pass off on us that, like if I have a narrative for my children, or like a mission, like we're going at something, we're going to be responsible, integrity-driven, loyal people, honest, hardworking. Like that's a narrative I want to craft around them, and have them, embody that growing up. That's not what these guys are talking about. It's never like, hey, we want to be better leaders. Find me somewhere where in the World Economic Forum they're like, what, we brought in Bob Proctor, we brought in Jim Rohn, all these greats over time, Earl Nightingales of the world. We brought in Tony Robbins. He's going to be here to tell us how we can, become better people, better actual leaders, better communicators. No, it's always, this gobbledygook about, the narrative, here we go, goes hand in hand with falsely picturing scientists and activists as the aggressors. Look at this. I just picked one random paragraph, and it's already talking about exactly opposite of what it was just the perfect example. As the aggressors against our lifestyles and prosperity, we must name the real antagonists: irresponsible politicians, bought scientists, and some companies failing up to deliver the needs of the transition to net zero. What are you talking about? This is literally so antithetical to actual leadership and in truth and reality, what's going on in life. Again, newsflash to the most brilliant people in the world here at the WEF. You guys all flew in private jets to get there talking about net zero. I mean, the cognitive dissonance needed to go to something like this and then spout out articles and put videos on the internet talking about how all of us need to do better to get to net zero, and they're going to track us and our brainwaves and everything. Sorry, I'm not a cog in your matrix. I'm not living in a pod, broham. Like this ain't how this is gonna go. This is not gonna happen. My family's not gonna do that. Ain't none of you doing this, and I'm not gonna let you do that to anyone else either. Quite honestly, this ain't gonna work. We might need to break this up here. So your narrative, yeah, coming full circle. This is why the world's biggest problem solvers need to craft better narratives, because they know there's a whole heck of a lot of people like me that think like me, the community we have here, that are like, get out of my life. You can't even run your own life. How in the world are you going to tell me to run my life? Mr. Tollbooth is walking around the picture of anything but health, but yet all they talk about is health. It's just like, and it's like all these people. It's just mind-blowing. We try to stay above board here, but we got to call a spade at the end of the day. So please do your homework. Check what is actually happening. And we have to make decisions for ourselves and not be sucked into the narratives. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Please share these things out. These are so important to what's happening, what's going on. I appreciate you so much. Your time and energy is the most important asset we have. I look forward to seeing you on the next one.